as far as forming this speech, I wasn't sure of what I wanted to do. I definitely just knew I wanted to do something that I would have passion behind. So I thought about teen pregnancy since I was a teen mom. I also thought about women empowerment since it's something I'm motivated by and also inspired to be. I came across the term chocolate slaves and it was very unfamiliar to me. I actually took the term quite lightly, thinking it, with today's society, it might mean somebody who just eats so much chocolate and doesn't eat anything else and feels a slave. So once I began to do research on the term chocolate slaves, I realized that this definitely was not a term to take lightly. And this was a very important issue. So if I was unaware of the term chocolate slaves, I'm pretty sure others were unaware of the term as well. In West Africa, places where they have poverty, it's cultural tradition for them to send their children to work on farms, whether it be family members or strangers, to be able to support their family. Now, this cultural tradition is being abused to satisfy the taste for chocolate, turning the children in West Africa to chocolate slaves. Is chocolate's hidden ingredient really chocolate slavery? An article by Samantha Chantabach states, most people are not aware slavery still exists in the 21st century. Some reports show that slavery is at its highest ever. Today I will educate you about the issue of children in West Africa being slaves to chocolate. First, I'll discuss the significance of the issue, then clarify the causes, and finally I'll explore the current trends around chocolate slavery. Chocolate comes from a product of cocoa beans, which grows on cocoa trees in climates of areas like West Africa, Asia, and Latin America. As of April 4th, 2014, the Huffington Post states that the Côte d'Ivoire, also known as the Ivory Coast, is one of the largest countries to produce by volume 33% of the world's global supply of cocoa products, which makes the United States the main import of cocoa products, and it makes the chocolate industry worth over $110 billion. So the demand for cocoa is increasing, but the price of cocoa depends on the world prices and farmers have no control over it. So the value of the cocoa bean itself, once it's in West Africa, straight from the tree, is not valuable as much as it is once it's dried and over to in ways that you can make it into chocolate. So not only are the farmers impacted by that, they're also impacted that harvesting cocoa beans is not a year-round job, it's only seasonal. So during that seasonal time, they're affected by uncontrollable climate, drought, and also pesticides. The biggest thing is that cocoa is considered one of the most unstable commodities in terms of market price not being consistent. So the demand is high because we crave chocolate, there's so many holidays, and you really don't need a holiday in the mood to eat chocolate. So it's high. From the cocoa end, for the farmers, they're paid low and still need to be able to support their families. So this leads to the causes of cheap labor. So the farmers look towards child trafficking and child labor. So now that you understand the value of cocoa in West Africa and the demand and why the farmers are looking for cheap labor, I'll kind of discuss the causes of child trafficking and child labor. There's not many. Area I'll focus on is Mali in West Africa. It's a place of higher poverty and they're considered the supplier. And the Ivory Coast is considered the receiver because they have over 600,000 cocoa farms. So the children of Mali will go into the marketplace and they're approached by these traffickers and they're told that they can go work on a farm and be able to make money to send back and support their family. Not all the farms in the Ivory Coast are doing child trafficking, child forced labor, but there are some, if they're aware that that is an issue. So the children are trafficked there with deception that they're going to be able to work and support their family. Now, child trafficking is the illegal movement of children for the purpose of forced labor or sexual exploitation. So once they're captured in the market, they're taken by motorcycle or scooter in the back roads to be able to get to the farmers and then they're sold. So the Ivory Coast is violating the right of child trafficking as well as the right of forced child labor. So once the children get to the farm, they're required to work right away. They're not treated properly. They're fed. Because the demand is so high, they're worked long hours. The ages from these children are boys and girls that range from 9 to 14, and they're not able to escape this situation unless they escape because that night they're locked up so they don't get away, or they're rescued because people are now aware of the situation at hand. I was able to get a better glimpse of the situation situation is a documentary called The Dark Side of Chocolate. So you were able to see if the chocolate industries were aware what was going on, if they were taking any type of actions, who were to blame. Was it the farmers? Was it the industries not paying out enough money? So it kind of gave a better idea of what was going on, which leads to the current trends around chocolate slavery. They wanted to pass an amendment that would make all chocolate industries place a label on their products that stated they were free of child slavery. And they, of course, due to money, were like, that's going to be too big of a drastic area. So let's find some other ways to be able to address this issue. The World's Cocoa Foundation mission is to help achieve cocoa sustainability, support cocoa communities, education, field programs, and scientific research. So they want to be able to educate these farmers. As I said, out of those 600,000 cocoa farms, it's not all of them, but there are some that this is a very big issue. So just to name a few companies that are working towards child slavery-free products is Ferrero, Nestle, and Hershey's. In conclusion, the tradition for children to be able to work in those places of poverty and go to farms and be able to work with strangers and know that they're still going to be able to have a life of a child and get an education and support their family is being abused just for the taste of chocolate. So we really don't know if that's a part of something that we think is so sweet. With Halloween close and everybody's getting ready to do something scary, I seen a quote that kind of touched me that Halloween is really scary when you're a slave on a cocoa farm. To find out more information about this issue, if it touched you, check out everlypleasant.com